Matahari and the dance of seduction, the psychology of charm manipulation. How did an ordinary Dutch woman transform her body into the deadliest weapon of World War I, seducing generals and politicians until they spilled secrets that could topple empires? Matahari didn't just dance for men, she built a seduction machine that turned their deepest desires against them, making them beg to betray their countries while believing they were in control. Her method wasn't about love or passion, it was pure psychological warfare, weaponizing charm to shatter loyalties and destroy lives. And here's what will make you question every flirtatious glance you've ever received. Matahari discovered that seduction isn't just physical, it's a systematic process that hijacks the human brain's reward centers, making victims crave your approval more than their own survival. She proved that charm, when wielded like a blade, can make anyone your puppet, pulling strings they don't even know exist. Matahari's genius lay in understanding that men in power aren't conquered by force, they're enslaved by the illusion of being desired. She didn't force secrets out of them, she made them want to give them away, turning their egos into her personal arsenal. The result? A trail of ruined careers, leaked intelligence, and executions, all because her targets couldn't resist the high of her manufactured affection. But here's the part that will chill you to your core. Matahari's victims didn't just lose information, they lost themselves. They became addicted to her validation, compromising everything they held dear for one more moment in her seductive glow. She had created a factory that weaponized human vulnerability, producing betrayal on an industrial scale. Imagine a seduction weaponization factory where raw charm enters on one end and complete psychological domination comes out the other. Matahari was the master engineer, starting with the bait, exotic allure, and mysterious origins to hook attention. Then came the forging process. Flattery and intimacy calibrated to exploit each target's weaknesses, making them feel uniquely powerful and desired. Next was the sharpening phase, intermittent rewards, where she'd give just enough affection to keep them chasing more, while subtly extracting information. The final assembly, total control, where victims would do anything, even betray their nations, to maintain the illusion of her devotion. Matahari didn't seduce individuals, she mass-produced slaves to her charm, each one custom-built to self-destruct. Paris, 1905. Margaretha Zell arrived as a broken divorcee, reinventing herself as Matahari, the exotic dancer from the East Indies. Her performances weren't mere entertainment, they were psychological traps, stripping away inhibitions while planting seeds of obsession in wealthy, influential men. She'd target military officers and diplomats, drawing them into private encounters where her charm disarmed them completely. One French general after another fell, sharing classified plans over pillow talk, convinced her interest was genuine love. Matahari played the perfect courtier, adapting her persona to each man's fantasies, mysterious lover to one, intellectual equal to another, always ensuring they felt seen, desired, invincible. But her method escalated during World War I. Recruited by German intelligence, she allegedly used her seduction factory to extract Allied secrets, passing them along while maintaining a double life. French counterintelligence caught on, but by then she'd manipulated dozens, leaving a wake of compromised operations and executed spies. Her charm wasn't random, it was calculated. Each dance move, each whisper designed to erode resistance until betrayal felt like bliss. The horror deepened when her targets realized too late they'd been played. One lover, a British officer, shot himself after discovering she'd sold his intel. Others faced firing squads, their last thoughts haunted by how easily she'd turned their desires against them. Matahari's factory didn't kill with bullets, it killed with the agony of self-betrayal, making men destroy themselves for a woman who felt nothing. Every step of Matahari's seduction weaponization factory runs rampant in today's world, upgraded with digital tools to ensnare millions in cycles of manipulation that feel thrilling until they break you. Social media influencers operate Mata Hari's charm factories on steroids, love-bombing followers with personalized attention, likes, comments, shout-outs to build addiction. Then comes the extraction. Buy my products, promote my brand, defend me online. You think you're part of an exclusive community, but you're just supply in their validation machine, compromising your time, money, and privacy for their fleeting approval. The beauty industry weaponizes seduction through ads and tutorials that promise transformation, seducing you into believing their products will make you irresistible. They exploit your insecurities with before and after illusions, making you chase an unattainable ideal. Billions are spent annually, not on real confidence, but on the high of feeling desired, until the mirror reflects only emptiness and debt. Dating apps turn Mata Hari's methods into algorithms, matching you with profiles designed to hook through charm and mystery. Swipes lead to curated conversations that build false intimacy, extracting emotional investment before ghosting or scamming. Users get addicted to the validation rush, compromising boundaries and self-worth for matches that vanish, leaving psychological scars deeper than any rejection. Corporate networking events mimic her dance halls, where charm manipulates promotions and deals. Bosses or colleagues flatter you into overworking, sharing ideas they steal, all while making you feel special. The seduction, promises of advancement that keep you loyal until you're burned out and discarded, your contributions fueling someone else's rise. Even political campaigns use charm manipulation, with charismatic leaders seducing voters through rallies and social media, making you feel part of a movement. They extract votes, donations, and loyalty by exploiting your need to belong, only to betray promises once in power. The factory churns out disillusioned supporters, questioning their judgment long after the charm fades. Mata Hari was executed in 1917, her final words a defiant kiss to her firing squad, still seducing to the end. Her victims died broken, haunted by how easily charm had undone them. But knowing her seduction weaponization factory arms you with what they lacked, the power to spot when someone's charm is a trap designed to exploit your deepest needs. The deadliest sign? Overwhelming flattery that makes you feel uniquely special, followed by subtle demands. Mata Hari made men believe they were conquerors while she conquered them. If someone's attention feels too good, too fast, probe for the hook. They're likely building addiction to extract what they want. Watch for intermittent rewards, affection that comes and goes unpredictably, keeping you chasing. This isn't passion, it's psychological conditioning, training you to compromise more for less. Real connections build steadily, manipulations fluctuate to maintain control. The toughest resistance, recognizing your own vulnerability to charm. Humans crave validation like air. Mata Hari exploited that. Build internal worth, surround yourself with people who value you without conditions, not those who make you perform for scraps of approval. Question motives behind every seductive advance. In dating, work or online, ask, what's the end game? If it involves you giving more than receiving, it's a factory at work. Walk away early. Addiction grows with investment. Most crucially, remember, your desires aren't weaknesses unless someone weaponizes them. Mata Hari turned men's egos into her empire's downfall. Don't let charm blind you to manipulation. True power comes from seeing the dance for what it is, a performance meant to ensnare. Mata Hari built a seduction weaponization factory that toppled titans with whispers and glances, proving charm can be deadlier than any gun. Her blueprint thrives today, turning everyday interactions into battlegrounds where desire becomes domination. Robert Greene teaches playing the perfect courtier to gain power, but Mata Hari's tale exposes the dark side. When charm manipulates, it doesn't elevate, it enslaves. Your worth isn't in how desired you feel, it's in refusing to be anyone's puppet. In the comments, tell me about a time charm seduced you into compromising something important. What tipped you off that it was manipulation, not genuine connection? Your story could save someone from their own seductive trap. Hit that subscribe button because we're unmasking history's master manipulators and their modern upgrades, giving you the tools to spot psychological weapons before they strike. Each video peels back another layer of how charm controls minds, and each insight makes you unbreakable. Mata Hari died with a smile, her charm intact to the grave. Her victims perished, regretting every whispered secret. Don't join them. See the seduction coming and dance away on your own terms. The real weapon wasn't her body. It was teaching men to crave destruction disguised as desire. Make sure your desires serve you, not someone else's agenda.